but you had to flow.
Yep. Um,
So
and then another thing I was looking up this morning is um, the terms that overlap with music and movement. That are very relevant to both of those things.
right,
And I'll read off a few. So you have your technique, tempo, timing, which are the main ones that we focus on. And then you have rhythm, straight, swing, pace, sequence, cadence, transition, pace. Oh, sorry, I said that. Pause, hit, step, set, accent, a decay, expression. Like these are words that are, um, both are all very prevalent in the worlds of music and movement. And last session we talked about language, and so we're using this language that is in that intersection of these two arts.
right. One of the main ones that stood out to me is cadence, because when I was training younger adults in exercising years ago, one of the stronger points that I had outside of the 1-2 was cadence, and finding what they call hooks and song, but finding something that you can repeat your mind on and say it over and over again while you're still on that 1-2 beat is, for me, it creates a higher elevation of thought.
And it's like a mantra.
It, pretty much what it is. And so that's an interesting point, because for me, when people talk about meditation, I always say only because I get to, most people quiet their body. I get to rotate my body, think with my mind, and allow my spirit to connect. So that's my first form of meditation. And I really got it back in the early 90s through Phil Jackson, because he was the coach of the Chicago Bulls at the time. They had did an interview with him, I believe it was on 60 Minutes, and he was talking that he did walking Hinduism, where he meditated while he walked, and he concentrated each step, the swing of his hands, but he also concentrated on that, and that gave him a focus. So he said usually by the time he does a 30 or 40-minute walk and he goes to sit in the office, his mind is totally clear.
Yep.
So I took that concept and made it my own the way it fit me.
Yeah, and walking is the original moving meditation.
Right.
You know, when we look back, I mean, before we had cars or before we had what else? Like but we had to walk all over the place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that gave people an opportunity to get that meditation in daily when they're just doing
Right.
their chores. Chop
Exactly.
wood, carry water, walk around the village and meditate.
And meditate. And you meditate because you can't drop a spill, because that's gonna be money out your pocket, or exchange back to barter and exchange.
Yeah, yeah.
Back to barter and exchange.